What's going on, guys? It is Aidan Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Blue Crew? This is Ball Hawk, Fatima, the founder of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining me here today. Hey, it's Tuesday. You might be down and out about the Lions losing and some players being out, but that doesn't appear to be affecting the team. That's correct. The players and coaches on the field, hey, they're still in it to win this thing. And like we talked about in this morning's Lions Talk Live morning show, I think this team's still going to try to galvanize, still try to push to win the NFC North, and yes, the NFC overall. Will that happen? We're going to have to wait and see on a week-to-week basis. I've given you my thoughts that I think we're going to basically go for it every fourth down, as long as it's like fourth and short, because you know what? They're not going to hang this defense out to dry. They're going to try to go in it to win it on a game-to-game basis, and that's going to put a whole lot of pressure on the Chicago Bears, on the Minnesota Vikings, and yes, the San Francisco 49ers. So earlier today, you could probably tell from the thumbnail for this, Aidan Hutchinson, you know what? He doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care what I think. He doesn't care what anybody other than the medical staff working with him thinks. He thinks he's got a chance to come back this year in the playoffs. And you know what? He's done hearing what other people have to say about, wait until next year. What if you get hurt again? Yeah, I thought he had a very great statement. He said, in football, you can get hurt on any play. He's not playing it safe. He's going out there. And again, per Hutchinson, he informed his teammates of this. He's on his path to recovery. He's trying to get back for the Super Bowl or the NFC title game. And here's a quote from him. I'm on track for my goal of returning for the Super Bowl or sooner, Hutchinson said in a podcast clip. Quote, and I keep telling all the boys when I see them in the facility, you just got to get me there, and I promise I'm going to be back, end quote from Hutchinson. Hutchinson in the podcast and in other comments goes on to say he's well ahead of schedule. He understands the risk of returning to football, and as he's already pointed out, and I point out what he said, he can be hurt at any time on any given Sunday, any given play, an NFL game, players can get hurt. He understands this is his profession. He understands there are some fans, some people out there that say, nah, just wait till next year. And as he put it, you get a chance like this, a chance to go out and win in the playoffs and potentially play the Super Bowl. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. There is no guarantees, as we're seeing with this season. Remember, just about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, everybody was saying, man, Lions are a lock to get to the Super Bowl. And then this wave of unforeseen injuries happen. Yes, it's an opportunity for another guy to step up and earn a spot, make a name for himself. But you know what? I think Hutchinson is spot on. As long as the medical people, the people actually trained to know if he's good to go or not good to go, say he's okay, he's going to be out there and on the field, and he's sending a strong statement, in my belief, to his teammates, and both of the guys that are in injured reserve or whatever. This season ain't done. He wants to win it, and he wants to win it all now. He's in it to go do everything he can to make his body right, be fully strong and recuperated. You're hearing from different doctors, not just on Lions Talk Live or whatever, but people in the actual medical staff, world trainers, etc., saying that, hey, Lions are, he's well ahead of the curve, and the Lions might just actually get this guy back. Yes, Alex Anzalone is due to be back potentially as soon as against the 49ers. Yes, Ify Melifonwu could be back, man, now or a week from now. And there are other Lions players starting to look like they might come on back. Dave Montgomery sounds like, even though there's conflicting reports, sounds like he is done for the year, but there are some reports suggesting he could be back in the playoffs. Carlton Davis Jr., yes, there are reports saying he could potentially be back for the NFC title game should the Lions make it that far. I've covered that this morning, said even if he did with his mouth wired shut, he's probably going to be a little bit different because he's lost some body mass. We're going to have to wait and see where this all goes. But if you're a Detroit Lions fan, you've got to be saying to yourself, if you can somehow still get the NFC first round bye, you got to win one game and you could potentially get a few of your defensive players, stars back. Now, should he return? I'm not a medical doctor. I can't tell you. And I'm guessing most of you in the comments section can't answer that either from a medical standpoint. So I'm just going to say this. If Hutchinson feels this strongly about it, and the medically trained people are out there telling him he's going to go, you know what? He's probably going to be on the field. You can love it. You can hate it. But Aidan Hutchinson, again, like I said in the podcast, he flat out says he doesn't care what the fans think. He wants what he wants. And again, he's going to defer to the wisdom of the medically advised and trained people to say, yes, you can go, or no, you can't. Right now, his goal is to be back. And you know what? Maybe he's not the only one. Could there be some other people like John Kaminsky returns? It is possible. I don't think some of the other guys mentioned are going to potentially come back. I mean, there's no chance Aleem McNeil is going to be back now from an ACL tear. Pico, he's not going to be back this year. Davenport, I guess it's possible. We'll have to wait and see. And Derek Barnes, we haven't heard an update on in a while. So I'm going to assume that means he's out, but I guess one never knows. All right, I'm not going to make this the longest video, but I did want to get it out to you guys. I get some of you are going to not want him to return. I get other of you are going to be okay with it. I don't care either way. I'm just here to tell you what he says, what Aidan Hutchinson says, and yes, he wants to be back on the field. Let's go to you guys real quick. Clark, get it, Hutch, 100%. Dennis, beautiful. You got to believe in that. Lauren, what up, Duke Crew? What up with you? Hopefully it is a phenomenal day. Big Eddie, boom, I'll take that. Jason, Hutch is amazing. And yes, he is, man. And you think about it. If you Scooby-Doo this thing, and let's just say for the sake of discussion, Lions, hey, let's just say they do end up getting the number one seed. They win the final 3 games. They get the number one seed. Again, they've got to win one game at home where you probably got an offense that says, hey, we're in it on every play to win this thing. We're going to go for it on every 4th down because you know what? We know our defense needs the help. And if it was like 4th and 20, 4th and 8, probably not. But if it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, I do believe gambling man Dan Campbell is going to go for it over and over and over again because he has belief his offense can do it. If his offense can do it, heck, 75% of the time, you're putting a massive amount of points up in every NFL game. And I believe that means you take some pressure off a decimated defense. We'll see if that holds water, but right now, that's my anticipation. And I don't know if you guys caught it earlier today. Dan Orlowski and some of the guys on ESPN, I was listening to it when I was at the gym and after the morning show. He even kind of went onto that same tangent saying, man, oh man, he thinks this makes the Lions offense so much more dangerous because they were talking about, man, the Lions are decimated defensively. Everybody's out, all that kind of stuff. Dan Orlowski went out there and says he actually thinks this potent offense just became a lot more dangerous because, again, he believes everybody is aware the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell are going to go for it on 4th down unless it's egregiously long or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. See, 9 drinks. Woo! I'll go with that. JDC, hi all. Hey, JDC. Dennis, hey, Dan and Duke Crew. How you doing there? Let's see. Wings of Goats. What do you got? Thanks for keeping us informed. Exclamation point. Keep rolling. 100%, my friend. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I was talking to one of you guys today who's wanting me to help them list some property up north in northern Michigan. And he reminded me, hey, I need to remind people of that during the show. So there you go. I did listen to you, John. Rob, greetings, salutations, Dan and Duke Crew. The Lions are the grooviest, Nadio. I like the way you're thinking. Angie, let's go Lions. Exclamation point. We got this. Yeah, and worst case scenario, let's say we go 0-3. You still got to win just 2 games to go ahead and get some of these guys back. Maybe even only 1 game. We'll see. Peter, bring back Barry Sanders or replace David Montgomery. Maybe we'll do that. Although I'm guessing Barry maybe might have to need a few weeks to get back in shape. See, keeping it lazy. What do you got? Yes, push out positive energy. Exclamation point. Grit. Yes, you will not get a Debbie Downer here. I look at the positive side and everything, or at least try to. Moonscar. Wish we were getting Hutch now. Hunt Bear week. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. I know there were some of you guys in the morning show talking about, hey, the Bears are in future mode. So what does that mean? They're trying to lose out to maintain as high a draft pick as possible. That might be true. I have no idea. I'd assume as a coach and somebody who's coached forever, you're in it to win it every game. But maybe you guys are right. Maybe the Bears are in shutdown mode, try to develop Caleb Williams a little bit, but they don't want to give up a high draft pick or wish moving down in the draft. I'll leave that to other people. I don't cover the Bears, so I don't know. But there could be a lot of truth to that statement. We shall see. But if that is true, then you go into this game, Bears lay down, that's 1 win. You probably need just 1 more against the Minnesota Vikings to secure the North. You win 2 more. You know what? You got the number 1 seed. All right, so getting back to the comment section, Flathead, woo, I'll go with that. Rob, the kid is driven and still young enough, that his body will help him on the comeback. Fair play to him, 100%. And let's not forget, he's not like you or me. He's, like you were saying, he's very young. He's got the world's best medical staff and training facilities, recovery facilities available to him. I won't be surprised at all if we get to the NFC title game and he is out there winning. And again, I know there's going to be some people that think I'm crazy when I say we're going for it every 4th down, but I do think that's going to be a part of the Lions' plan. Real quick, just because he just got on deck here, let's bring on Hutch Jr. Hutch Jr., you get this news from Aidan Hutchinson today. He says he doesn't care what fans think. He only cares what the medical staff thinks, and he thinks he's got a real good chance of the Super Bowl, maybe the NFC title game. What say you to this possible news of him returning?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we've all predicted, right? I mean, he's been talking about it. He's been working at it. So, I mean, that's just huge news of what we already knew. But just to have it confirmed, like he was saying, and actually him on air, just him talking about it, things like that, that's kind of huge. So, and it couldn't come at a better time, right? I mean, we are depleted on this defense. Hutchinson alone brings good things to that defense if we can get him back for the NFC Championship game. I think then that would bring hope because you still got Zadarius Smith, you still got DJ Reader in the middle. So, losing McNeil helps, but if you get Hutch back, I mean, it's kind of like a 1-2, kind of go back. So, but it was nice to see. I woke up to that, and then obviously I'm battling a cold, so I woke up to that, and then I watched Dan Campbell's 97.1, kind of run through a brick wall moment, and I was kind of ecstatic. So,
right.
So, some hopeful news. I mean, obviously the Bears look beatable, like you were just talking about. 49ers, we should be able to beat, and, hopefully Minnesota loses either 1 to the Seahawks, 1 to Green Bay, or both. And, we kind of coast into the playoffs.
I don't know if you caught it when I was talking about this when I was at the gym this morning after the morning show. Dan Orlowski was on ESPN talking to the fellas, and he said he actually thinks this makes the Lions offense even more dangerous because they're in the playoffs. Nothing can change that at this point. So how do you aid an ailing defense? You keep putting points on the board. How do you do that? You keep your defense on the sideline and keep putting more pressure on the opposing team. Most of the teams, they get it. It's 4th and 4. You're not near midfield. You're probably having to punt. He's suggesting that the Lions may just say skip it. If it's 4th and short, under 3 yards, something like that, they're going for it all the time because at the end of the day, if they don't, they're probably giving up points irregardless. So keep that offense on the field, keep scoring touchdowns, and try to help a somewhat depleted defense for the next couple of weeks. Do you think that maybe the Lions are that aggressive with gambling man Dan Campbell, or they just say, hey, if it's under 3 or 4 yards, we're going for it every time?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think Dan Campbell kind of said it like, hey, don't be surprised if, it's 700 points and we win by 1. I'm ear to ear smile. I mean, why not? I mean, what do you got to lose? I mean, I think the best thing you look at is we don't have to play another quarterback like Josh Allen, right?
Right.
We probably won't have to see one probably to the NFC Championship game. And who knows, maybe the Eagles lose or whatever. I don't think Jalen Hurts is Josh Allen by all means, but I think we can still beat the Eagles regardless. But yeah, I mean, if you're Dan Campbell and, that's the only way you're going to keep your defense healthy, keep them, kind of in the game is just to go for it. Why not? I mean, they've shown they can do it multiple times. Well, I mean, why not? I mean, Green Bay, they were 4 or 5 on 4th down in that game. 3 of them were in the red zone. They scored points off those. So if it's the way you're going to, just have your offense score more points and steal possessions out of games, that's what he's going to do. And obviously he's going to live and die by that sword. So,
yeah, I'm with you there. I think we're going to probably see that starting this week. And, again, not to beat the dead horse, but you got nothing to lose at this point. You're in the casino with house money. I think the Lions are going for it on a ton of 4th downs. And you know what? They're probably just going Blitzburg. You can beat us one-on-one or against drop zone coverage where we're sending 6-7 guys after you. We're going to have to force the issue. We can't just sit back and let you pick us apart. Maybe you get a couple turnovers that way, but 1 or 2 turnovers a game, if you can do it on the defense, now you add more possessions for an offense that's going for it on most 4th downs. Man, oh man, I think you might have something here. All right, Hutch, why don't you go ahead and give yourself a shout out and let you heal up and tell everybody about you and your great content before we get on here.
Yeah, as always, you can find me on here with Dan, the Duke Crew, and everyone else. You can find me on Twitter at the one and only Hutch Jr. Catch my Vibe Radio, cmvradio.com. You can guys catch me on there too. I'm outside of that, guys. Just keep doing what you guys are doing. Hit the like, hit the sub button, hit the share button, and we'll just keep bringing you that updated content. So,
all right, we'll get over to you guys in Southwest. Hey, if you want to be Debbie Downer, feel all the way you want, man. But that's not how I live life, man. There were a whole lot of Lions fans, and I'm not saying you were among them. But when we were down 10-0 against Minnesota, you know what? Lions are going to lose. It's the end of the season. When we were down, whatever we were against Houston at halftime, you know what? The season's over, the game's over, whatever. So I just don't roll that way, man. If there's time left on that clock or in that season, I'm in it to win it. So you want to be 0-3, go for it. I think we're going to be 3-0. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. We'll see what happens. But I'm liking this news, and hopefully we get more news throughout the week and upcoming weeks leading into the playoffs. Because remember, we're already in. Now, what can we do to aid and improve our chances down the way? Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Before you check on out, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button. We'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Excuse me, sir. Would you... Donations to the Reverend Moon? Jews for Jesus? Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism? Help Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology? Or nuclear power?